Love it. Love walked in the door. Woo, by thunder. Played backwards, because if you play it front ways, you lose. You got to pay, and I don't want to pay, and we're not giving up the cheddar. We're taking all the money. So until the band gives me permission, F it. This is the Yeah Come On show 128. Welcome to the party. Bam. Southside Steve here, your host. My co-host, Brett Barney, drinking. I like it. And then you've got Evan Brando, the co-host. And together we are your Yeah Come On show. And it's a busy week here at the Rickman household. And, I just want to tell you guys that having a 5-year-old and celebrating him like a prince is a pain in the ass. I just want to say.
It's his birthday week? Is that
Today's his birthday?
Today's his birthday. Wow.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing? What's on the docket?
Well, he is a May the 4th be with you. To all my Star Wars friends, I say, fuck you. I'm not naming him any of those names.
Name him Yoda. Name your kid Yoda.
Yeah.
Name him
My
Grogu.
kid's not going to be Yoda. I'm not calling him C-3PO. I'm not calling him R2-D2. I'm not calling him Leia because he's a boy, and I figured that out the second he was born. I didn't need 4 years to figure it out.
What about Jar Jar?
That doesn't work
a good
for me
one.
either. Binks got on my nerves. That's the one Star Wars I take issue with.
Binks and Brooks are pretty. I mean,
watch it, Evan. Watch it. You will get off the Uncle Evan list so quickly.
no. Oh man, no. I love being fun.
By the way, I'm docking y'all's pay to buy a gift for Brooks because everybody else bought one. Y'all might as well too.
Wait, do we get any say in this gift?
Yeah, if we get to decide that, I'm fine.
Oh, I'm in for that if we get to decide the gift.
Oh, I'm not. You don't give little kids sex toys. I don't even know what.
I wasn't gonna give him a sex toy, just a nice birthday cigar. Jeez.
Okay.
Yeah, or maybe like a bottle of Yeah Come On bourbon.
Yeah.
I don't want him to know about cigars. I don't want him to know about liquor. Well, he'll probably figure that one out. I don't want him to cuss. I don't want him to know about sex toys. I don't even want him to know about hell. Everything's heaven, baby. Until he's at least like, I don't know, 12. Is that too protective?
Wait,
Probably.
Evan, let's toss in on a case of Red Bull.
That's not funny. I've seen parents give those kids sugar after a baseball game, and it's 7:00 going, you do know bedtime is in 1 hour. You jerks. But I will say he woke up this morning. The past 2 nights have been miserable here at the Rickman household because we've been building a Lego table. Not a Lego table that for normal folk to build. This is one with a ton of parts. This is one with little metal things that go in 2 inches from where the bolt goes in, and you got to turn it to where the bolt goes through the hole. Then you got the wood pieces, and you have to follow the directions, and I don't like following directions. And my wife and I got into a, let's say, somewhat of an argument. I dropped about 22 F-bombs, and she's like, Steve, calm down. Steve, enough. Steve. And she's like, you got to start at the beginning. So we had this staring at each other for 45 seconds. I go, fine. I'll undo everything. Not that this matters. This is fine. This isn't going to ruin anything that I'm at stage 3 here. So I start unscrewing everything. And then I'm like, you know what? Hell with it. And I screw it back. And then I realize I was wrong. So I have to unscrew it. Then I have to break out the wood glue because I've stripped out where the bolt and the screw went in. So wife wins, Steve loses. I apologized on air yesterday. I called her live on air to allow her to nail me again, and she did. And I just told her, I said, it was too stressful putting this crap together. I can't do it. So last night I fell asleep. We did the chairs together 2 nights ago. Last night I fell asleep in the kids' room, and she woke me up, and she went ahead and did the table by herself. Carried it upstairs by herself, put it in the playroom, decorated, did all the signage, happy birthday Brooks in 2 different places, on the mantle, in the kitchen. And then she had everything all wrapped and set it up. And I'm sleeping with my kid, and she wakes me up at like 10:15, and I've been asleep since like 9, and I felt horrible. So
wow.
Here's the good news.
But I'm financing all this shit. So I
okay, don't feel bad. Yeah, don't feel bad about that, baby. You did your part.
Damn right. So I've already been to preschool this morning, which is why I'm dressed in pants. I never wear pants.
Oh, that is odd.
That is odd. So I went.
I'm used to seeing your knees.
Thank you. And there's sexy knees.
They're good. They're good looking knees. You got a great set.
My career, I've only spent a few hours on them. That's not bad.
Wow.
Only a few hours.
That's God given.
I know Brett and you both had to spend time on yours just to get on this podcast, but that's a whole nother show. Let it go. Let it go. But I did go to the class.
That was a different type of release.
Thank you. I appreciate it. But yeah, I gave out donuts to the kids, looked at the teachers, see ya. And we did all that. And then his grandmother is picking him up, Amanda's mom, taking him to Dairy Queen and taking him shopping at Target where he gets to buy whatever he wants. He'll love that. And then my family comes in this weekend. We'll have 7 Rickmans under the roof sleeping in various places. He has a playoff game tonight. I won't be able to coach. He has a playoff game Saturday morning. My wife's put me on the hush hush. And I'll end with this because it's a birthday week. And because we have a birthday party at 11:30 at Tumbles, the 9 a.m. game doesn't work out because somebody has to go get the cake. Somebody has to get balloons. Somebody has to get ice, and all hands on deck. She doesn't think Coach Rickman should take his kid to play baseball in his final playoff game 3 for Saturday.
No, you got to take him.
Wait a second. I think I don't want to divide a wedge here, but I think that's why she did all the birthday stuff. So she can then be like, well, Steve, I did this.
Or to throw it in my face. Either way, butter me up or throw it in my face.
She's just got one in the chamber. She's just, you know what I mean?
Here's my thing. It sounds like you're going to have a lot of hands on deck. And what is more American and more memorable than father-son last game, playoff game, going to the ballpark, eating a couple dogs and swinging at some balls?
Thank you.
I mean, that's a birthday present in itself.
Can't you ask any of the multitudes of Rickmans to help out?
That's what I'm thinking about doing. I still haven't given up the fight. I am a coach. I'm an assistant coach. They depend on me. I have a uniform. I have the shirt and the hat, which makes me legal. The other dads are helping out. Me, I'm street legal. I'm in. So
that's regulation.
Her words to me, when you got a jersey, you're in. She goes, look, it's a lot of driving over there, getting ready. You're not going to get out of there on time. And it's only about 5 minutes of action. The ball rarely comes to him and he bats twice. And that's really, is that, they could see him next season. I'm like, no, that 5 minutes matters. And guess what he did? He got the game ball. Excuse me, 1 second. I had to burp and I'm going to show you the game ball right here.
Let's check out that game ball. What do you think, Brett? I actually, Steve maybe kind of made an argument against himself.
No, I'm 100% with it.
They're kids, 2 at bats. I mean,
okay.
It's not
First off, my dad started coaching me when I was 3 years old playing baseball. I played to 13, and my brother played till 18. 13 was when I was playing in umpiring, flipped to umpiring full time at 14. I still remember being 3. Playing at the YMCA on the Orioles with our orange jerseys and my dad being my coach. I still remember all
my
this
dad
stuff.
being my coach too, but
that's memorable stuff. I don't remember my birthday party at, Discovery Zone as well.
That's just you though. That's it. You're not we're not codifying all children to remember every baseball game and forget every birthday party.
No,
I like what you're saying. I like it.
I remember cues. Dude, what I'm saying is that's a special bonding moment. The reason I want to coach my kids, I think that would be awesome.
Thank you. I'm about to send you a picture. I'm going to want you to post this. Here I am with the picture that you're talking about. This ought to make you guys just choke up. This just says
this will be right here. By the way, if you're watching the YouTube video, this will be right here.
Yeah, and I wish people would watch the YouTube video. I'm like, people have no idea how many likes we get other places, but I'm like, nobody watches YouTube anymore. And I don't want anybody having a car accident trying to watch YouTube, but you know what I'm saying.
Oh, that's a good picture.
Are you not loving it?
Oh, that's great. Look at you. You do got the uniform.
And look, I got another kid in training. I'm sending you that picture too. So we can post all these pictures. I don't care if my kids are up. I'm not like Hollywood. I'm not hiding my children. That is Brooks and Parker. So here's the game ball.
Which one of these coaches takes the game a little too seriously? Or are they both great?
They're both great. The one guy's the head coach. I'm in the middle because I'm the tallest.
Right.
The head coach is to my left with the black sleeves. That's James. And then Chris is to my right. He's got 2 twins and he's got a kid in under 7. And his mom and his wife is awesome. She has their names on baseballs with clips. She throws those in the dugout so the kids know where to hang their stuff. It's pretty cool. But here's a slide into first, 2 hits, 3 stops in center field. at Bell Memorial Park, Brooks Rickman, 5-1-22. You're looking at the ball. And that's pretty huge.
Is that his first game ball?
It's his third.
What?
First this season. 2 last year. It's pretty big. And I got them all. I got them all here. Guess who I moved to the left? John Rocker's ball got moved down so Brooks's could be there.
Wow.
Tom Glavin's ball got moved to the right for his other one. So Tom and John, or Tommy John, oh God, you can't write this kind of material. Yeah. So these balls are in, but that's my weekend. That's what I had. Nothing I did, including this birthday, which there will be 4 parties. There'll be one at Tumbles. There was one at school. There'll be one here at this house, and there'll be one at my in-laws. Nothing compares to seeing what you did, Evan. And I want to give you a little bit of props because a young Southside Steve breaking into radio in 94, sat at a desk and interviewed Collective Soul, went up on stage for the very first Music Midtown, introed Little Feat, which I'm not a Little Feat fan, but nobody else wanted to intro him. I raised my hand.
I thought you were into Little Feet.
Well, actually,
and big feet and medium-sized feet.
Big feet on girls, big things. Little feet, little boxes. I'm just letting you know. That's a fact. No girl with little feet's gonna have a big box. Just thought I'd tell you guys that if you didn't know.
That's science. This man's done the research.
Guys with big feet have bigger penises. It's a fact. The things you learn on this show. If you see a dude with a size 5, there's no way he's got a 10-inch anything. Nothing. Sorry. So getting back to my intro. So I go up on stage, I do it. Then I do a couple of more interviews because I'm there the whole time. The big names in the business, Katie Kiley, Willard, Christopher Rude, back in my day at 96 Rock, they're coming in for an hour, maybe an hour and a half. They've got families. They're coming in just for the big act, but I'm doing the time. I'm living there. I'm going from the second it starts till it ends. I'm leaving afterwards with other people that were there doing setup, and we're all drinking beer and getting drunk and back the next morning. And I saw you do that at Shaky Knees, and I wanted to say the baton has been passed.
This is quite an honor. Yeah, I was out at Shaky Knees doing a bunch of interviews. You can see those on our Rock Facebook page or the 99X Facebook page. And yeah, I was putting in the time. It was basically just me and our production guy Adam Schneider, and Garrett. Yeah, my co-host on my 99X show. And that was
by
pretty
the
much
way,
it.
he's on the country morning show.
Yeah,
so you brought him into rock, and it works for me only because he has long hair. I don't know if he has a country attitude, but I saw that he was your co-host. And I saw that Adam was there, and Adam and you also fill in for Axel and Southside in the afternoons. So I was like, look at that boy doing some interviews with some big name bands backstage on the old couch behind the stage. I thought it was cool.
It was a good time. There was a funny story. I was talking to the dude from Highly Suspect, which the first part of that interview started a little rough because I was like shaking off the rust. And before the interview, he goes, "Hey, I can't talk about any sort of upcoming stuff." And I say, okay, cool, I won't ask. By the end of the interview, he's like, yeah, well, for our 4th album that's coming out soon, this is how we worked on it. And I was like, okay, all right, sure, cool. So
that's where you're like, keep rolling. His manager's going, cut. You know what? If people feel comfortable with you, they'll start talking. Brett, you're a great interviewer. Do you miss that aspect of working at a radio station, kind of doing those interviews at the festivals and stuff?
So that is one thing I do miss. Well, the thing is, when you strike gold in one of these interviews and you get this great soundbite or something, it's really fun. It can really add to the show and all that. And that's what I miss. But you have to go through a lot of bullshit to get to some of those sometimes, and it gets frustrating. And that's the not fun part.
Yeah, it is tough. Like I look back at all the years of my interviews and you know, based only on festivals. And for me, it was Music Midtown. It was every year. I was in radio for 10 years for the first 10 at 96 Rock. And we had the stage right next to our stage, and you got everybody coming on before they go on stage. I got to intro Def Leppard, got to intro Journey, which meant a lot to me, minus Steve Perry, obviously. But all those guys, Neil Schon, it was muddy. He didn't want to come to the stage. So I said, run my boots over. Neil Schon walked in my shoes to the muddy stage, and I wear about 4 sizes bigger than him. And it was hilarious, but he got my boots muddy. And I'm like, Neil Schon got my boots muddy. That was my theme of the week. Things like that happen.
And it's obvious that you have a bigger donger than him now.
Yeah.
Well, I just want that to be known. I cannot play the guitar as good as he can, though. That's where he's got me, this son of a bitch.
Well, you have to. Yeah, that's why you got to learn it, right?
Yeah. If I learn the guitar, Neil Sean is dust on my boots. That's what he is.
I saw like a little tweet today that was like, people only get good at things for two reasons: spite or trying to get laid. And I thought about all the things I'm good at, and I was like, huh.
Spite.
Now there may be some truth to that.
It's all about spite now for me because I can get laid. I don't get laid often, but I can. I've got it. I've got it.
You've crossed that threshold.
Yeah, I've got my memory.
Yeah.
Amanda can't take that away from me. I can cheat anytime I want in my head. No, I'm kidding. I'm just,
there it is,
honey.
Oh.
This is no. I'm just playing, honey. This is what happens when you do a podcast and you get a little loose and you've been just having fun with your boys. And
I'm doing it right now. Princess Leia just showed up. Oh, what? Two Princess Leias just showed up. Whoa!
Damn!
Are they twin sis Leias?
Yes. I'm having some moral implications about this because I'm curious if this counts as incest, and I'm not sure I'm so into that. Oh boy! Abort!
I slept with a cousin.
Pulling out of this one, boys.
I slept with a cousin, second cousin, and two sisters. I did that same time.
That
was bizarre.
Whoa,
yeah.
Weird.
Two sisters, yeah, weird. Well, older and younger sister, and she's like, "You've got to come over here and blank." I know I can say anything on a podcast,
yeah, but
well, I don't want to be tacky. And she's like, "Does he?" And it was basically that somebody, how do you say it? Somebody tastes good. I just can't listen. And that's what she said to her sister. And I'm like, that's weird. I didn't think dudes. I'm like, whatever. So she came over and then she partaked. And the next thing I know, it got a little more physical and then it was full on. So we went from third base to just sliding into home. It got nasty. I want to let that go because there's families out there. These two sisters have husbands, I assume. And me talking about that, I could wreck them. I don't want to wreck them. They live in Stockbridge, though. All right, I should not. You just got to shut up. You got to shut up. No, kidding. It's all jokes. Everything's a joke. Everything's a joke. You know what? This is why we do podcasts. It's all a bunch of jokes. Could everybody on the show just breathe? One was a brunette. One was a strawberry blonde. Look, where's it going? Why? Why do I keep talking? It's got to stop. Clear to make it.
All good. Composed.
Okay. Oh God. Oh, I would say their names, but I forgot. That's worse. I forgot. It's worse.
You could just make up names.
That shows it didn't matter. I'm gonna call them Tiffany because that's always a Tiffany stunt.
It's always a Tiffany one.
Yeah. And the other girl got lured into it, so I'll call her Laura. Okay, I made that up. It's all made up. I want to thank our sponsors too. I want to make sure I get in. No, you know what? You never thank the sponsors when you've said something controversial. I'll put this aside. Let that go. Let it go. I just want to know real quick, what was your best moment at Shaky Knees? Because I saw the interviews. I know there were a lot of big acts. What was your biggest interview or your best moment?
Biggest interview was probably a band called Churches or Highly Suspect. Those were both pretty big. On the rock side, Glorious Sons as well. Personally, I'm a big fan of this band called Pup. They're like a punk band. And I got to interview them. They have a pretty big new alt punk album, lives in the alternative world. And
then I get back, man.
Yeah, it's real cool. But I'm a big fan of these guys, and saw their show, was like front for it in the pit.
Did you do stage intros or did you just do behind the scenes interviews?
No, just behind the scenes interviews. But mostly that's cool because a lot of the guys I went to college with that we roomed together my senior year or were like giant fans. So I got to throw that pick up and be like, hey, check it out.
Check it out.
It's me and Pup.
Look at me. We're on a first name basis. We have each other's phone numbers and we're also going to be pen pals and we have each other's address. I just want you to know that.
But yeah, that was pretty sweet. Oh, and this band that I had like barely heard of, I had two friends who were like diehard fans of them called King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
You're freaking me out.
Right? They were awesome. They were mind blowing. Those dudes could shred. Just some good old fashioned rock.
I just want everybody to know that that's just why these two are on here. These are not normal men. They are upcoming men. They're doing big and great things. They've done great things. They are Brett Barney and one Evan Brando. And we'll be right back after this break, and we're going to do something that, and this always frightens me, but something that Brett came up with. Evan liked it. So we're going to go down a hole, but I think it's a good hole. It ties everybody in that's a listener, maybe where you live. This ought to be pretty cool. Enjoy that. JoeBees.com helps bring the Yeah Come On show to you. Call Joe Bees, 877-356-32, or go to JoeBees.com. Get your bee pollen, people. OxygenFinancial.com. Ted Jenkins back on Rock 100.5. That's going to start next month. And always stayed with the Yeah Come On show. And we have a studio waiting on us when we can all get into the same damn room. Circle285.com for all your insurance needs. This is a big one. Call or go online to Circle. I don't know what you can call them. Of course you can, but go online to Circle.
Numbers on the screen.
Yeah, it's on the screen. See the number right there? It's there. Or you can go online, but you're probably paying too much. Try to tie in your car and your house insurance or car and rental insurance and see how much more insurance coverage you can get. Companies that won't drop you that you may not have heard of. Everybody always goes with the basic three and you're loyal to them. So get a free quote from Circle 285 and Ridgeline Counseling. We finish with him because he's rock star. Dr. David Markwell, Dr. Dave, he is at Ridgeline Counseling. You can obviously send him an email. You can talk to him. He's pretty damn affordable, and this guy can change your life. You can Zoom or go meet with him face-to-face if you're going through something. And if there's anything I've learned, Mental Health Month is this month. That's a big deal. May is Mental Health Month, if you didn't know. I think we all know that cancer is October and Black History Month is February, but this is one that needs to come to the forefront too, because reading about too many suicides, people have everything in the world going, but something's wrong. So if you need somebody to talk to, Dr. David Markwell. Now, Brett, explain what the hell you're talking about.
Okay, so
how does this work? How does this work?
So this is basically the premise of the idea. Me and my wife went out to downtown Woodstock for the first time a week or so ago, and we had never been. We just drove down there. We're like, man, this place is popping. It's a Saturday night. Picked a random restaurant. Didn't want to pre-plan. It was like, let's just show up, point at something, go in there, eat, maybe go have a beer. Went into this one place, terrible service. Food wasn't that great.
Do you want to say
I'm not going to call them out. I'm not going to call them out.
Oh yeah, if you had a bad time, don't.
Here's the issue, and I don't know if I can totally blame them. They were like, tomorrow we're changing our menus, so they were out of a lot of the stuff on their menus. Like, you know, they had all this, but these 3 items they didn't have. So it may have just been bad timing on our part. But the icing on the cake was when we walked out of the place. There's a dude standing outside the front door, full dick in hand, just standing there. It's not even 10 o'clock at night. And, you know, we all take pisses in parking lots. It happens, especially, you know, when you're drinking, you know, you go tuck behind a bush or like in your car, I might open up my door and pee behind my front tire or something.
Yeah, I've taken some of my best pisses in a parking lot. I mean, yeah,
I like to pee on door handles. Is it me?
Yeah. A drunk
you and the entire homeless population of Atlanta.
A drunk piss is probably a top 3 yurt pees that you can take. But that along with, like, you know, waking up or a shower
drunk in a parking deck.
No, a pool shower pee, waking up pee, drunk somewhere in the public.
Drunk in a cab, and then drunk in a cabin off a balcony into the mountains is number 1. Easy one.
I like peeing into the in-laws' hot tub and then them realizing what you've done and being thrown out. But let me tell you, when you let it go, when you're drunk and it's 101 degrees in the water, there's nothing like that feeling. Better than any orgasm I ever had, but get you in trouble.
So after that whole experience, I decided, why don't we start ranking some of the downtown cities that we've been to? And I know there's a ton of different ones, you know, Roswell, Alpharetta, Cartersville, and then you got like Battery, Avalon, Ponce City Market, Swanee. You got all these different things, Live, Work, Play, all this different stuff, Halcyon. And I was like, you know what? We need to kind of create this list where we go, okay, this is the downtown. If it were a gas station, it would be this. If it was a car, it'd be this. If it was a fast food restaurant.
You're saying like the definitive, if you were going there for the first time, here's the food you got to do.
Yeah, here's basically what you should expect when you go to that kind of downtown. And I think we'll just pick 3 each week, and people can hit us up at the Yakimon Show on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook. You can email us the yakimonshow@gmail.com and let us know if you want us to pick a different town or how you feel about this. And we'll put some votes on social media. Maybe like, you know, picture the downtown, like this is Alpharetta. Do you give them a yeah, or is it a come on? Like, is that a place you'd want to hang out? And
like,
maybe,
yay, or
yeah, exactly.
come
Come
on, we can do
on.
this
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
Come on.
And then what we're thinking is we'll pick one of these places. And if we have enough people that say they like it, hell, we'll come meet you guys and maybe pick a Sunday and come have a beer and lunch with some people.
Maybe do a
and
live
just
show.
Do a random spot.
Oh,
Yeah.
we've got a couple of live shows coming up, and I give Evan Brando credit. He put some money into some equipment, and we're going to go live, and we're going to start doing that. And the weekend's probably the one time we can all get together. So I like this idea. Somebody sending us to a city. I'll be in the city of Lawrenceville. Gwinnett Stripers have a game. Axel and I are going to broadcast live, and then I'm going to go to Lawrenceville City. I like to work there. I work there in Chamblee a lot. Have not done that much in Milton as far as working. I mean, I go to the events in Alpharetta and stuff, but yeah, I like you. There's some things that you're just like, man, this is so cool. But every once in a while, you're like, this isn't cool. This sucks. So we ought to know.
Yeah. So I think we
I
just
gotta tell you, Brett, I've had a lot of great nights in downtown Woodstock. I would love to change your mind on that. Downtown Roswell, also a favorite of mine.
Okay, downtown Roswell is probably my number one because that's where I'm from. But we can start with downtown Woodstock. This is what I wrote. I wrote downtown Woodstock. If it were a gas station, it would be a BP with graffiti in the bathroom.
No.
If it was a car,
it would be no.
If it was a car, it would be a panel van. And if it was a fast food restaurant, it would be a Crystals because, well, it's going to give you them greasy shits.
Wow. Okay, if it were,
ouch,
I would go if Woodstock were it would be like a gas station you've never heard of. You know, you're like a Wawa where it's like, oh, that's a weird one that I'm seeing in the state, in this area, but it's got great food. It's like gas prices are a little expensive, but like if you're on a long road trip, they've got like a sub sandwich or something, that's like pretty good.
So it's got a shop inside. It's got something.
A little shop inside. Yeah, nice shop, good shop, and they've got actually. Even cool thing that they actually do have right off the exit there, they've got like an ice cream cone thing called a snowball stand. And if you're from Woodstock, I know you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, I passed it. I know what you're talking about.
That thing rips. That thing is great. So it's got that built into it too. If it were a car, probably like something sensible. Ford Fusion, nice car, gets you around. Nothing too bad. And what was the last one?
It was what fast food restaurant?
Oh, if it were a fast food restaurant, like a Zaxby's.
You're way off.
No, it's like good food, but they're not going to bring it to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. For me, Woodstock, and I remember, because they did the whole loft like apartments, and they've got a railroad track, and they did like a depot, and they basically just started putting all these things in it, shining the pig, so to speak. That was Woodstock before, and there's nothing wrong with that because I used to live off Canton Road, and I used to go into Woodstock and hang out, and they have come a long way. So I would equate it to, as far as a restaurant, a Hooters. It used to be a normal Hooters. Now it's the new Hooters that's more adult.
Hoots.
And Hoots.
That's what they're rebranding
Hoots.
it as.
Yeah. So it's nicer. It's still a Hooters. It's just nicer. And everything is faux, and everything is what works in other cities. We got a little bit of the West Atlanta with the loft look. We got a little bit of the depot, which kind of takes care of maybe Dahlonega or some of these old southern cities, or even Clayton County. And then we've got these little cool hip like places, which kind of we grab from the east side of Atlanta. So it's a lot of things that they see that work, and they made it in Woodstock to keep people in Woodstock. And the one plus I'll give them, you are so far out, 575, 75, to get to Midtown, to get to the east side, the west side. It's just a bitch. So they need all that they can get in Woodstock to stay in Woodstock. And because it's just not worth it for them to try to drive to some of the hipper locations. So they've made it as hip as they could. They took a little bit of every area that works. So that's what I see there. So if I had to make it a car, and if you take a little bit that works and made it as good almost as the real thing, I would have to give it to a Nissan Armada, because everybody knows that the Infiniti is the nice car, but the Armada is the sensible car. So I like your sensibilities. They've made things just as nice as maybe the real thing, but it's not the real thing, if that makes sense.
And what would you do for a gas station?
If a gas station, again, you take a gas station that works. Before it was just the pumps. I like the BP. You got a pumping station that works. Why not put a store in it? I'm not going full on racetrack, but I'm tempted to, because a racetrack, you know what? I'm going to leave BP and go to racetrack. Woodstock has just about everything you're looking for. Again, we've grabbed little bits and pieces all around the metro that work, and we've built it in Woodstock so you can stay in Woodstock.
Okay, so and this is kind of the premise of how this is going to work, and we're going to pick more cities. I know that we have, I believe, Roswell, Alpharetta, and we'll throw maybe Swanee or something in next week. Maybe Lawrenceville after Steve's
Johnny's
been there.
Creek.
Yeah, we'll throw some of these in. But if you guys have any suggestions, like I said, hit us up on social media at the Yeah Come On Show, or email us yeahcomeonshow@gmail.com. Now, as we get close to the end, because I know we're tight on time, I did write you guys out some finish me offs.
Let's go.
If you guys are ready to do this.
By the way, in closure, are we giving Woodstock on a possibility of 5 stars about 3 stars? Because it is nice. They have taken things that work and made it their own. I think we all agree with that. So
it was very nice. It was very nice and very crowded. I think we just put this one up to a listener vote. Yeah, or come on.
Yeah, or come on. If I get a vote, I'm going to go for a yeah. I like downtown Woodstock.
I need Evan to show me before I get away from my come on.
Okay. All right.
I'll show you. We'll show you a good time. Me and some of the Woodstock listeners will show you a good time. Guarantee it.
And I'll lean towards a yeah too. I say Woodstock's a yeah. So we'll see if we can turn you, Brett. Now go ahead and let's finish you off.
All right. Here's our first headline: Alligator breaks into Florida family's garage and
steals their Jeep.
Craps on their bike tire. Bites a bicycle.
Alligator breaks into Florida family's garage and starts chugging Diet Cokes. Karen and Jamie Dobson were at their Collier County home watching TV on Wednesday night when they heard a loud crash. It was so loud that they thought it was a car crash, but when the Chicago natives checked their garage, they found an 8-foot-long alligator that had gotten into a box of Diet Coke and made a mess. The couple said they were preparing for an upcoming party and the drinks have been banked up for the occasion.
Nice. That's
hounding
cool.
Diet Cokes. All right. Outcry in Shanghai as person declared dead and
alive.
Dead.
They're both.
And pregnant.
Evan,
that's spooky.
Wow, that's dark. But Evan, you're spot on. Outcry in Shanghai as person declared dead and put in body bag, found to be alive. 6 people are under investigation in Shanghai after an elderly nursing home resident was mistakenly declared dead, put in a body bag, taken to the corner, and waiting on the van before mortuary workers got there and found out the person was still alive. All right, next one. Crimes committed on the moon could be punishable by
moon law.
No, what do you call them? SpaceX or space
Elon.
officers.
Space Force, yeah. If I personally, Elon Musk personally.
Maybe Elon. Yeah, you have to go work at Twitter. I don't know.
I would say a guillotine, but the gravity doesn't support it.
Crimes committed on the moon could be punishable by Canadian law. Canadian officials proposed.
What do they got to do with it?
Yeah, we got our flag up there.
Canadian officials say they're prepared to prevent any and all lunar shenanigans. They proposed an amendment to its criminal code, which would allow for the prosecution of crimes committed by Canadian astronauts during 3 off-Earth scenarios, while traveling to the moon, for the moon, and when they're on the glowing orb itself.
You're going to get Dudley Do-Right as an astronaut, a space Mountie, a moon team.
What the hell? I think when in the moon, that's like in Panama City, man. When you're in Panama City, there's no laws.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, there's no laws. You're on the moon, man. There's nothing. Only a fraction, literally maybe 20 people will ever walk on the moon. When you're up there, pee your name in the dirt to last forever.
That would be a top spot to pee for sure.
Yeah. Or I would definitely. Yeah. That's true. It doesn't hit the dirt. It just floats up. Damn it. No, but what I would do is write my name in the dust. I would write my name real big, like real big. They'd be like, where is he? Is he out getting rocks? No, he's writing his name. Just big enough where you could see it with a telescope. I'd make it huge.
What are you, Tom Hanks and Castaway or something? It's your SOS?
My
it
SOS
would just be
is
SSS.
Yeah, Steve's moon. Steve's moon.
Oh man, he just dims the moon.
I did.
I think he just dims the moon.
All right.
I'm arrested. Go ahead.
Here's the last one for you guys. You know the beauty product store Ulta?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you
I
have,
stopped there. I used
okay.
to.
Ulta Beauty apologizes for
Hair dryers that don't work.
For makeup kits that are all one color.
this is very self-explanatory.
Ulta,
you pop it open and it's all just one.
Ulta apologizes for what was something better.
Ulta apologizes for former racist tweets.
Or makeup made from small animals.
Ulta Beauty apologizes for come hang with Kate Spade perfume promo email 4 years after the designer's suicide by hanging.
Oh, Kate Spade.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, I remember. She had purses too, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Usually when these corporate, entities apologize, I'm like, all right, sure, I get it. You probably pissed a couple of people off, and you're just trying to make good. This one, feels deserved.
Yeah, I'd be apologizing too. Damn. All right, I like it. We finished Brett off,
Our
and
JFK
we just
summer blowout.
Yeah, boomsy. Oh, you just keep it going, don't you?
Sorry.
This show's gonna have to. Don't make the show apologize. I don't want to apologize.
No,
I do apologize for the pregnant thing. That was wrong. I joke about that. I apologize for talking about the two sisters from Stockbridge. I apologize for that. I didn't mean it.
I apologize for making a JFK joke.
Yes, I don't appreciate that because I still don't know who killed him. I'm trying to figure it out. But I want to thank you guys for being a part of the Yeah Come On show. I want to thank our sponsors quickly. JoeBees.com, OxygenFinancial.com, Circle285.com, Ridgeline Counseling with Dr. Dave Markwell. I'm Southside Steve. That's Brett Barney. That's Evan Brando. We're your host, your co-host, and your co-co-host of Yeah Come On 128. Can I get a yeah come on?
Yeah, come on.
I noticed last week my loud yeah come on popped the speaker, so it didn't work.
It sure did.
Yeah, come on.
A soft one. An NPR, yeah, come on.
Thank you for whispering. This was good for me. Everybody take care. Hopefully you watched. If you didn't watch, hopefully you listened slowly. Bye-bye.